Hello everyone, and welcome to the 10th video on this channel, mostly 10th or 11th, I don't know. I know this has been a long silence, but I was figuring out the gear. I know the video quality of some of my earlier videos was horrendous, so I'm sorry about that, and let's continue to this video. So as you know, these days more and more women are being pushed into work. They are being convinced that they can pursue higher careers, more stressful jobs. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. We are growing as a society. But what happens is that things are nice and dandy and there's no problem at all until the time comes when a woman has children, gets pregnant. At that time, the whole scenario changes because now they got all kinds of stress. It's very stressing. It's very stressing to places women are provided with maternity leave. However, this can be really inadequate in some places. So most of the people in the world are organized or unemployed, at least in the semi-developed or developed countries, are employed into formal private sector. So and in formal private sector, the norm is around 12 weeks. So in most places you see something like 12 weeks, which translates to 3 months of maternity leave and almost no child care. Which can be very, very difficult because 3 months is like just 8th and 9th month and 1 month after that. And the women also have to feed their children through lactation. And there can be another stress because women also often have to leave work, go to the daycare, feed their baby and then come back again. Also, they're also very worried about the baby because they're emotionally attached and they want no harm to come to the baby. Recently, I also heard a story how a baby died in the daycare because allegedly the daycare was not able to provide adequately understand what baby was suffering from. So the best situation which we see is in Germany, where you have 3 years of parental care. So you can get up to 3 years of parental care. And the worst situation seen in United States and Papua New Guinea. I will not mention Papua New Guinea here because Papua New Guinea is a really underprivileged country. They are doing the best they can right now. But I talk about the United States. The United States has no mandatory maternity leave. It's basically on the employer how much they provide. And many employers do provide adequate amount, but some don't. And even if they provide adequate amounts, it's nothing compared to what Germany is providing. So why is it like that? Why they are allowed to get away with this? Like how it's possible? Well, this reason behind is that you just can only place a limited amount of stress on the businesses. You can only place a limited amount of stress on businesses before the business growth stops. Now, in countries like Germany, there are many factors to this. You do see many small businesses flourish in the United States. Although see the United States building a startup story, which would not happen if there were too much regulation. However, there is a difference between too much regulation and almost no regulation. But even if you provide 12 weeks, even then, which US provides for civil servants, even then you still end up with like, you have to, what after that? Well, but what after that? Some people say, well, there are two things which people say. One is that why have children when you can't afford them? And that's a fair enough argument, like why have children when you cannot afford them? But having children is inherent right, and many times people are not able to control when they have children. And second thing is that many times they don't understand what kind of stresses they will be facing. And second thing, people often say that they can easily leave job, but there's not compulsion to leave job. And well, it's true in some circumstances, but in some circumstances it's not true. In countries where a high percentage of women work, the salaries of their husbands are not so high. So if they don't work, and even in the circumstances where the medical business is rising, especially in the United States where healthcare is expensive, they are forced to find a job, otherwise their standards of living will drop drastically, and maybe they won't be able to pay their medical bill. Also, the scenario of being a single mother happens more because of weaker family structure or the cultural situations. It happens all the time that you have a situation where a single mother, because their husband died or the male partner isn't there, or they got divorced or separated, various reasons, but not about single mother situation. There's no one else, they have to work, otherwise they can't feed their baby. And even there's a single father situation because sometimes during maternity their mother can die and then you have a father who is forced to take care of the child alone. And believe that the German model is great because I think till 3 years, a baby is not able to walk or talk properly because 3 year baby is too small, and parents don't feel comfortable leaving their 3-year-old, the below 3-year-old baby behind. They at least want them to be able to talk and communicate effectively. So the solution of that is the solution to that is multifaceted. As I said, the German model is really good. So for if it 18 months to be achieved, 18 months to be achieved, we, 3 years to be achieved, we need to divide it between the father and the mother. So you need to provide 18 months each. Now, of course, this does not cover circumstances where you have a single father or single mother, but we can make some legislations and rules regarding it that single fathers, single mothers can take extended leave. Now, how do you bear the cost? So this is great amount of cost of businesses, and again repeated business disruption. So 18 months ensures that there's not much business disruption by the following method. So what you do is you provide a 50% pay for the first 9 months. So I think that's fair enough. Now this could be controversial because people need more money at that time, but I think it's fair enough, at least for the business. And then government can provide grants to raise this income. You can create a maternity fund in which the employee contributes, the company contributes every dollar for employee contributes, is creating a fund which can further raise this 50% to 60%, 70%. And then after that 9 months are over, you can further allow leave on no pay, or you can provide half day work. For example, the employee, if it works for 8 hours full days, it works just for only for 4 hours and take 50% of the pay. This will ensure there is less business interruption. Also, there's motivation to return to work earlier if the employee can. And also, I like to have here a word about daycare. So daycare should be regulated, at least as it's not subsidized. It should be regulated so that it's not too expensive for people and they're not ripping people off. Also, I like to mention that you can also decrease this grant for the second or third child, because once the parents have more experience with the second and third child, and also the sibling is usually grown up by then, so that they can take care of their younger brother or sister. Also, I like to mention here about grandparents. So, if grandparents live with the children, they can also take care of them while the parents are working. It also is like a two-way system. So grandparents get care in their old age and they take care of the children, thereby forming a very economical structure. Yeah, I have seen in society that people who don't have voice or who can't speak or shout are most likely to have their rights encroached upon. Where it seems like on paper that of course babies don't grow up any worse if they don't have mothers around them in their early 3 years. But how you feel like when take up your phone or take up your television and tell you that you're fine without them or them also. So it's an inherent right to have their parents around them and they're so weak and so powerless. If you could give baby a voice, then he or she will start shouting at you for taking their mother away from them. So with that, please like it if you like. But the final most effective solution of this problem is definitely a work from home. So most of the fields in which women are employed are not factory or fields in which not factory or farm fields. You don't have to go somewhere physically. What you're doing is on a computer. It's a sitting job, so that can be transferred easily into work from home environment. In today's world where there's so much communication, speed, so many ways to collaborate on projects, I think it should not be difficult. And they will solve the complete problem. If people women can work at home, it won't be a problem. They will still need some leave, but it won't be the same amount because they're not. First of all, there's no transportation, so there's no stress of transportation. There's no time stress. They don't have to wake up at a particular video, like and subscribe if you can. I know video quality is not great, but I'm currently working to improve my channel. And thank you for watching. See you next.